Hugh Jackman's iteration of Wolverine is incredibly popular, so naturally they had to find a way to bring Hugh Jackman back, guys. And, well, now we have him as a Marvel legend after all this time. Here is Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine, guys. I finally got the Marvel Legends action figure, and, well, you could probably... well, I guess we don't have to, like, spread too much mystery around. We know what we're unboxing today. We're unboxing Wolverine. And I'm kind of curious what this one's going to be. Just looking at the box, guys. He looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Hello there, Mahoy Manoy. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well today. Mahoy Manoy said hi. Well, hello. Sorry if my camera's a little bit weirder than usual. Does look cool. Oh, I know. Let's bring Hugh a little bit closer so we can get just a nicer look. As he gets closer, his colors become a little bit more washed out. That's just because of, like, all the lighting that I have. But yeah, this is a very, very good likeness of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, I think. So, I actually have both Hugh Jackman. I have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and I have Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. We're not going to look at Deadpool today. I thought today we'd look at Wolverine first. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there have seen, like, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. The Deadpool Wolverine movie, I don't know. I was not, like, super stoked about it because a lot of MCU stuff has been pretty bad recently. But when I finally watched it, I said, you know, this is like the best MCU movie I've seen in probably, I want to say, like 5 years, or one of them. Doing good, waiting for 5 to leave work, so not doing any more work and watching me. That's the best way to do things. God knows you don't want to do any work while you're at work, right? Screw that noise. Heck, pretending to do work. That's what it's all about in this day and age. Man, I remember working a real job. You know what I did? I slacked off. Took it easy. Pretended to do work. I pooped on company time. I took 2-hour lunch breaks. And if I could, I clocked in late and clocked out early. So, you know, guys, Hasbro releases a lot of MCU characters in their Marvel Legends line, and I guess for pretty good reason. The MCU action figures goes to stand, since it's such a popular, or at least it was more popular, since the MCU action figures, or MCU, is so popular, you'd think that there'd be more action figures moving, but I don't know. Seems like the MCU has lost a lot of stock recently because the movies and the TV shows have been kind of poor quality. They've been getting better, but this is like the first MCU action figure that I think I've been kind of excited to own in a long time. So just by virtue of the quality of the MCU stuff itself, it makes it hard to want to go out and buy MCU action figures. Like I say, I can't remember the last one that I had. I think I bought the WandaVision stuff. I think I bought maybe a couple of Loki action figures. I have the Shang-Chi stuff, but I don't know. Beyond that, yeah, this is probably the first MCU, or couple of MCU action figures I've gotten in the longest time. Just because I love Deadpool and I love Wolverine, so it just seems like two great tastes that taste great together, right? Well, let's go ahead and open it up, guys. I mean, enough jawing, enough yakking. Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way, and not just Mahoy Manoy. I hope you're having a good day, of course, Mahoy Manoy. I hope everyone else is having a good day, too. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and let's see what Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is all about. So, by the way, these new Marvel Legends boxes that they have are kind of great. I know I've talked about it a little bit before, but I love what they're doing here. The packaging is really nice. It makes it really easy to what you want when you look at packaging is you want to have the window to protect the action figure from any kind of monkeying around like theft. Hey, Cash Money 333, how you doing today? Cash Money said hi. Hey, how's it going? Excuse me, I'm waving into the wrong camera. I'm used to my camera being over to the side over here. Today it's right here because I'm talking about Wolverine. But like I said, they redid their Marvel Legends packaging so that we could see in here. It used to be they had a closed box, and the closed box was an absolute nightmare of packaging for Marvel Legends. It was so unfortunate. and it got to the point where figures were being swapped by people who were stealing the action figures. Quality QA issues were abound. Sometimes accessories just weren't in the package. There's all kinds of problems. So this, just so we can see what we're getting and feel confidence in the product, it's a huge improvement. But also, it feels like there's like slightly more space with the action figures than there used to be. Maybe I'm just imagining things, guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and drag Wolverine on here. They got this cool little insert right here. Check this out, guys. They got this Deadpool Wolverine insert that's got a picture that Deadpool drew. You know, you can see the little skull, the X, rainbow, claws, you know, unicorn. It's just a fun little decal that goes along with the Deadpool Wolverine movie. It's a nice touch. It adds to the presentation of the product. Here's like all the warranty stuff and all that. We don't need to like have this around or anything right now. We've seen pretty much all there is to see. That's what the back of the box looks like. It's got a little blurb right there about Wolverine. It says, a broken and shame-fueled Logan reluctantly joins Deadpool's side to fight for their survival and a shot of redemption. But there's the blurb right there, up there in English. It's got it in multiple languages, and then it's got a little portrait of Wolverine right there, as well as a few other action figures that are available from the Deadpool and Wolverine range from Marvel Legends. So, yeah. Cool stuff. Enough of that. Let's take a look at Wolverine, guys. So, Wolverine, right at first glance here, he only comes with a handful of things. He comes with the action figure itself, obviously. He comes with a Hugh Jackman head, and then he comes with a set of extra hands. So, it's pretty minimal. This has cost $25, by the way. 25 smackaroos, if you find them for retail out there in the wild. You can still get them at places like Big Bad Toy Store. They had them pretty readily available. You'll pay about $1 more at Big Bad Toy Store. Some other places might have them available for... They might have them available, I guess is the gist. That's the takeaway. Just pop these hands out. Always a treat to try to fish accessories out of the package that are taped down. It's a little piece of tape that's holding those hands in. You know, kind of holding this action figure in my hand right now, you can just, I don't know, you can feel that textural quality about it that's so pleasant with MCU Marvel Legends, because they have a lot of sculpting work put into them, especially compared to like the comic book Marvel Legends, which are usually a lot simpler. But it makes sense because, you know, the costumes for MCU stuff are usually a lot more complex. All right, so here we go, guys. Here is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. So let's just go over the action figure as it is here and see what moving parts there are. Okay, I can't really move his shoulders all that much. Well, he's got this like butterfly joint right here that enables you to move his arm around his shoulder joint quite a bit, more so than you might think you would. And the pad does kind of get in the way of that movement. So, I think that's why they have a little bit more leeway in the black part of the joint. That little black section right there enables you to move him around a little bit more. But the range isn't like mind-blowing or anything. It's just kind of okay. So don't expect too much movement out of that if you're going around posing, you know, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, Jack Wolverine. We gotta find like a better name for this. Maybe we should just call him Wolverine, or maybe we should call him Jack. That's stupid. I wish I hadn't said that. Thanks for those likes, guys. So, you know, if you look at the back of Wolverine here, you can see that, you know, much like Hugh Jackman himself, he's kind of got a flat ass. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Hugh Jackman, but, you know, the body scan does not lie. And he's not exactly packing cake in that trunk. Sutton Foster may like Hugh Jackman for a lot of things. I don't think it's his butt. Do you guys know that Sutton Foster is dating Wolverine? Do you know that Sutton Foster is dating Hugh Jackman? She is. She's his girlfriend now. That, if you don't know who that is, that's the lead on that show Younger that was on TV Land for a while. There's a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of plates on this. There's a lot of like this fabric texture that you get with certain characters from Marvel Legends. From the MCU characters. It just makes it feel like it's this high-tech fabric or something, right? And then there's lots of line work on the mask. There's little lines up here. Everything looks pretty good. It looks exactly like the movie, guys. I don't spot anything that makes me go, I don't like that. Well, the only thing that I really notice is like the ab crunch. This is a very old school waist swivel and ab crunch, and I think they went with this because it goes with the lines of the character's costume better than like an ab crunch and torso rocker does. Because you know a lot of Marvel Legends will use the ab crunch and torso rocker these days. But I think that with the way that Wolverine's costume is constructed here, it just kind of works better, right? Because you see like these little lines on the side here. Like if there was a whole torso rocker, I don't think it would look as good with the MCU costume. I think it would look awful if he was bending over. Like imagine him doing that little torso bend from side to side. Like it would just break up all the line work right there and it wouldn't look as good. And this, I mean, this doesn't feel as modern as maybe some other Marvel Legends would, but it still looks good. And I guess that's the ultimate, that's just the ultimate goal of Marvel Legend. Does it look good? It's very posable. It's very flexible, aside from the shoulders. The shoulders are like the most limited part of the action figure, I think. Everything else feels pretty good. Pretty standard Marvel Legends articulation here. Feels like a very high quality piece. I don't feel like I've wasted $25 on this, you know, after I've been handling him. I haven't played around with the accessories at all, but I don't feel like I've wasted 25 bucks on him. I feel like this is a good use of 25 bucks. I don't feel like you're going to feel like you're cheated. The claws, okay, one thing about the claws. Yeah, 25 bucks for like this high quality action figure that we're getting here. That's not a bad price, I don't think, because you know, as long as you get a quality piece of merchandise for $25, that's fine. That's fine. It's when they like put garbage in the package, then you start feeling like you got robbed a little bit. I don't feel like that here. This is like a really good Marvel Legends, guys. Okay, enough blowing smoke up Wolverine here. Let's talk about the claws. When I saw Wolverine's claws in the package, I thought initially that they were going to be a lot worse than they currently are, because it looked like the claws were a little bent. But now that I have him like, you know, just kind of posed up here, I'm playing around with him a little bit, I'm messing around with him, his claws look pretty straight, right? They don't look like they're all that messed up. Like you look at him head on here, this hand right here, you look at this head on, it's kind of hard to see on camera, I think, but you can kind of tell that the claws are not like perfectly straight. But let me tell you guys something. This is kind of a common issue with Wolverine action figures, just trying to get claws that are straight. The fact that they're even like half as straight as they are is still a positive. Like if you can get them to look even just a modicum of straight, you're still on the green here, because it used to be on Wolverine action figures. I mean, I have a bunch of them from way back in the Toy Biz days and stuff. Oh god, those claws, like some of them were really bad. They're all bent and twisted and they're all going every which way. It was a nightmare trying to... I mean, they were made of soft plastic back then, so it's no wonder. These are made of a harder plastic, so that does make them a little bit more fragile. Hello there, Elka. I hope that you're doing well today. It's nice to see you. And welcome to my Wolverine review. These claws, guys, are made of a harder plastic, a stiffer plastic. So it does make them maybe a little bit more fragile, but at the end of the day, I mean, are you really going to be bending Logan, his claws around all that much? I don't think so. I think that you're probably going to keep things pretty stationary here, right? Yeah, I think this works for our boy Logan. I think this is good. Let's, you know, guys, we've got a couple of accessories here that we haven't even gotten around to messing around with. Maybe we should go ahead and take a look at what the Jackman, we're going to call him the Jackman. Let's take a look at the Jackman's head when he's unmasked, okay? You know what I kind of wish this came with? I kind of wish it came with, like, interchangeable arms, right? Because Logan does go sleeveless during the movie. I think that would have been a pretty cool feature. But, hey. Can't have everything sometimes, right? Maybe they didn't know that was going to happen when they were making this. Because that's how it goes when they make Marvel Legends action figures, especially the MCU ones. They usually have to operate off of like concept art and stuff. So just the fact that this is anywhere near as close as it is to the movie, I think is still a W. Alright, so take a look here, guys. Here is Hugh Jackman's face close up. Here, let me go ahead and just like I'm going to mess around with my camera a little bit so we can get the focus on that, because obviously the Jackman's face is a little bit unfocused. Let's fix that. Come on, there it is. Hey Jack, how's it going, buddy? Jack is looking good, guys. See that? Oh yeah, that autofocus worked pretty good, didn't it? Okay, this is much better. All right, so here's his likeness, guys. Check that bad boy out. Yeah, that is a Hugh Jackman head, isn't it? Man, they got that hairstyle down, everything. It's unkempt. Yeah. Okay. God, the beard looks really good. Man, they really nailed it on this one. All right. I have a Hugh Jackman action figure, guys. I feel oddly proud of myself, I think. Yeah, what a wonderful toy. Okay. Well, I don't know if there's all that much to say about articulation stuff. It's mostly all about the sculpt on that. Head does have a great deal of movement, though. It's operating on, like, this ball joint here, right? And, it doesn't go, like, really, really far back. Some action figures have, like, a hinge. Some Marvel Legends action figure have a ball joint and a hinge. But Wolverine does not have the hinge. If we take off the head, you'll see that he just has the ball joint. This is what pretty much every Marvel Legends action figure has these days. Some of them have a hinge in addition, but I think that's being mostly phased out at this point, because a lot of action figures don't really use it anymore. But anyway, that's what he looks like unmasked, guys. Hell, this is what he looks like for most of the movie, to be honest. So if you really want to have an accurate Deadpool vs. Wolverine action figure, this probably should have just been like the base head. Amy says, I can see how sleeveless would be appealing for me. Oh, because I don't wear sleeves, right? Good face, costume bad. Why is the costume bad? Costume looks really good. Costume is slick. Like, I think they got it down. How's it going, Amy? I'm glad to see you today. Guys, you know, I did mention that there was a lack of accessories, but I don't know. Guys, what do you think of this action figure? You think this is a winner? Do you think this is a slam dunk? I don't know, my gut's telling me this is kind of a slam dunk. Looks a lot better than the Hulk I showed yesterday. I mean, that's not hard. That Hulk was pretty bad. Alright, so guys, let me turn on my autofocus again. Maybe I should keep autofocus on during this, I don't know. Usually I turn my autofocus off, but autofocus might be a better thing to have on during this. There we go. Yeah, I'll just keep it like that for right now. Really looks like him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like this is... God, I don't know if I want to say 10 out of 10 action figure. I don't know. Saying 10 out of 10 is kind of a big deal when you're talking about action figures. Okay, autofocus, don't disappoint me. I have you on, autofocus. Come on, the Jackman needs your help, autofocus. Okay, autofocus. Wait, autofocus, it worked. It worked. It worked. All right, here's Jackman. All right, so let's take a look at his hands, guys, because I just put on his extra hands. He's got like these little pieces here on his hands right there. You see that? Those are those little bulbs where his claws come out of. Yeah, it's looking good right there. Let's see if we can maybe get even closer with that. Yeah, show the camera. Show the people your hands, buddy. Yeah. Well, it's starting to get a little blurry as we get in closer, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit. I guess I can only get in so close before the camera just decides, nah, you're close enough. It's okay. Anyway, this hand over here, guys. This hand over here. Here, let me see if I can monkey around. God, I'm monkeying around with my autofocus a lot today. Oh. Well, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. I just had to turn it off that time. It's so weird. Anyway, you can see here that he's got like this one hand that looks like it's beckoning or gripping or something. It's kind of a weird, I don't know. I guess if you want to put something in Logan's hand, they gave you the option. Like, do you really want to? Do you really need to? Probably not, but it's there to have him grip onto something if you want him to. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to pretend that he's grabbing onto... Well, I don't want to spoil the movie for everyone, but, you know, you can probably pretend he's grabbing onto something like that. Alright, let me check... You know what? Let me check the paint apps on these. How clean are they? You You know, one thing that we gotta check for on action figures, guys, is not just likeness, not just level of sculpting and detail. We also have to check for the cleanliness of the paint apps. And because sometimes they'll just kind of haphazardly splosh paint on there. And, you know, it might not look the best. Right now, though, yeah, those hands are looking pretty clean. I don't notice much of anything going on there. Everything looks pretty neat there. What about the rest of his body? Anything out of place? Anything weird? Nothing. Well, you know, if you go looking, you can eventually find a flaw in an action figure. But I think that the idea here is that you kind of just want to look for like the big things, right? Just how much is it that's really, really bad? You know what? Well, there's like a little blemish right there. Like, if you look really, really close, there's a little blemish right there at the top of his boot. That's about the only thing I can find. Everything else looks pretty solid here. Here, let's take a look at his Wolverine head real quick. Aw, dude, come on. I look at the Wolverine masthead just to see if I can find any mistakes, and God, it just keeps looking cool, you know? this little head here just oozes cool. It can't help itself. It's too cool. Should be illegal to be this cool, brother. And then, well, here's his clawed hands again, and nope, I can't find much of anything in the way of like paint apps that are out of place or anything. This seems like a very well articulated, very well put together, good crafted action figure. Really took their time on this one, guys. God, I don't know. What do you think we should rate him? Do we even want to rate him? I don't know. Do I want to do a rating? I used to do ratings for action figures, you know? I used to like give them like an A tier, a B tier, a C tier. I used to give them S tier. I guess S tier is supposed to be God tier, right? But, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I'm just gonna say he's really good. He slaps. This is a great action figure, guys. Like, honestly, I think I'm probably gonna put the claws back on him because I like him better with the claws than without the claws. But I probably am gonna keep, like, the Hugh Jackman head on him because, like, I think he works a little bit better with Hugh Jackman head. How's it going, Amy? Thanks for all those likes, guys. I appreciate that. I hope you guys are enjoying, like, these toy streams that I do. I haven't done them for a while, so I'm still trying to, like, find my groove again, but hopefully people take a shine to them. They're very different than they used to be. Like, I used to do horizontal streams for toy stuff. Now I'm doing these vertical streams because YouTube has implemented this new feature, and they really want people to use it, right? So I figure, okay, YouTube, I'm reading you loud and clear. Let's have some fun with it. I kind of like this vertical feature because it's able to, like, put more of the I really like it for the action figure review stuff like this because it's able to put more of the focus of the frame on, like, the action figure, right? Like, you don't need to see all the extraneous stuff around me because, you know, we don't need that much space to review an action figure, right? Boy, Manoy, I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, here's Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, looking good. Looking like he's about to, you know, give Deadpool the business. Looking like he just wants him to stop bothering him at the bar. You know that kind of feel. That guy that's really getting on your nerves. It really pesters you and keeps poking you. It's like saying, hey, I know you. Where have I seen you before? Stuff like that. You guys ever met people like that at a bar? I've met a few people like that. They always want to sing karaoke with me. Wolverine, he's saying no to singing karaoke with Deadpool. Deadpool wants to sing, like, Stand By Me, and Wolverine doesn't want any of that. Did I watch Madam Web? No. I didn't get a chance to. I had to make videos last night. I wanted to watch Venom. I wanted to watch the new Venom movie. I didn't get around to it, though. It's too bad. What's it on anyway, Madam Web? By the way, Dean, what do you think of this new Wolverine action figure that we're looking at? This is kind of a nice look on him, right? Like, I wasn't expecting it to look this cool in the frame on the screen right now, but hey, this doesn't look half bad. Me in the background just Looking kind of awkward doing my thing. I don't know. I don't even know if this is like a good view or anything. I wonder if people hate this or like this. I don't know. This is uncharted territory for me. Anyway, what's up, Dean? Madam Web. That movie is on my to-do list, and I'm probably going to hate myself after I watch it, but I know it's going to make for a fun review. It's probably going to be as fun as watching Joker Folie à Deux was. Joker 2 was such balls, brother. That's good. Should have come with a Honda Odyssey, but missed opportunities, right? I was saying that I thought that, you know, a pair of sleeveless arms would have been nice for Wolverine here, because, you know, he's like sleeveless through most of the movie, I'd say. Well, not like most of the movie, but like the last third or so, he doesn't wear sleeves. Odick says, it's a lifelike looking Hugh Jackman Wolverine in the face. Wow. Yeah, this is a $25 action figure, Odick. This action figure is legit 25 smackaroos, 25 doubloons. And I think it's worth it. I would say, I don't even know if I want to give a rating for these things anymore. I think the most I'm going to tell you guys if I review an action figures, I'm going to tell you it's good, I'm going to tell you it's so-so, I'm going to tell you it's crap. And this is good. It's a real good action figure. Let's be real. Those are the only ratings that we need. Is it good? Alright, it's good. Is it kind of ho-hum? Yeah, it kind of is. Is it crap? Yeah, it's crap. That's all we need. The Soul Keeper rating system. God, I really simplified things, didn't I? The likeness on Hugh Jackman is uncanny, though, Odick. Like, I keep looking at my screen right now, and I keep looking back at the action figure, kind of just mind-blowing that they were able to capture such a good likeness. Able to capture such a... It's not just the face, either. It's like the entire body. Like, down to Hugh Jackman's ass. Like, I can't believe this is the second time I'm talking about Hugh Jackman's ass during a video. But, like, they capture the flatness of his ass, and it's kind of bothering me. They did nail it. It's not a Seagal, at least. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, God, that's right. We used to rate things Steven Seagal, didn't we? Oh, no, I forgot that I used to rate things Steven Seagal. Alright, you know what? The bad tier can be Steven Seagal. If it's bad, it's a Seagal. Hey, guys, does Steven Seagal still make movies, or did he, like, stop doing that? Because last I checked, the last movie he made was back in 2019. I don't think anyone wants to make movies with him anymore. It's probably for the best. His movies were pretty awful. So, for all you guys who are new to this, who have not seen me review action figures before, I used to talk about this stuff pretty regularly before I started getting my start on... Well, I started doing things on TikTok back in, like, October of 2023. And before that, I was reviewing action figures, doing live streams where I talk about toys and all that, and you know, that's what I did. Let's see here. Odick says, I got to deal with Hugh Jackman. Man is giving you an ugly look. Oh wait, it's just an action figure. You know, he's giving you the ugly look, Odick, because he caught you giving a look to Sutton Foster, his girlfriend. I mentioned this earlier, but do you guys know that he's dating Sutton Foster? His girlfriend is Sutton Foster from that show Younger. Hey, Dude Mansky, how's it going? Might get a cameo in Expendables 9 in the future. Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. God, are they making more Expendables movies? Are they really? No, they can't be, right? Are they really? Oh, God. I don't know, man. I thought 3 was enough. Like, I saw the first one, I said, okay, this is kind of cool. Saw the second one, I said, no, it was okay, I guess. I don't know. And I saw the third one, and I said, that's enough of that. More money! Yeah, Expendables 9. I think he's just joking. It's a joke. Hey, Hey, I mean, Hugh Jackman's gonna be playing Wolverine till he's 90. We all saw Deadpool versus Wolverine till he's 90. Dude, they signed a contract with Hugh Jackman. As soon as that movie made $1 billion, they signed a contract with Hugh Jackman to keep playing Wolverine for another decade. He's at least going to be playing Wolverine until he's like 65 or something. Some crazy number. He's the MCU. Hugh Jackman is the MCU Wolverine now. He's never going to stop playing Wolverine, brother. It's never going to stop. It's never going to end. I wish I was kidding, but no, it made $1 billion, so Disney locked that down for a decade. Cavill's playing him the Hulk movie? Nah, come on. What Hulk movie? Cavillerine? It is kind of, well, I mean, it is, if that's true, it's kind of funny that Henry Cavill would go from playing Superman to playing Wolverine. They can't treat him any worse. Do I like musicals? They're okay. I don't go out of my way to watch them, but they don't bother me. I think that's one of the things that about Joker 2 that didn't bother me. I didn't care that it was a musical, right? I wish they would have leaned harder into the plot being based around a musical instead of just having musical numbers that didn't add anything to the movie. That was like the big thing about that one. And besides that, like, the plot of Joker 2 didn't go anywhere. That was so disappointing of a movie. I think I disliked it for reasons that a lot of other people... I think I disliked it for different reasons than other people did. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Is he Bond now? Really? I didn't hear that. Is he James Bond? I mean, if he's James Bond, good for him. Yeah. He deserves a W. After everything he's gone through with The Witcher and Superman, he deserves a W. Poor Henry Cavill, man. Poor Henry Cavill. Painting his Warhammer models in seclusion, waiting for his next role. Man just wants to live a peaceful life and paint Warcraft. And he keeps getting dragged through the mud in cinema and TV. Hugh Jackman, though, Wolverine till he's 90. Oh, and I guess he'll do the occasional song and dance number, because Hugh Jackman's a song and dance man. How does song and dance man get roped into playing Wolverine? I don't know. He depicted Geralt of Rivera perfectly, though. I don't know how you do better than Henry in that role. Yeah, The Greatest Showman was a pretty good movie. I didn't mind that. Like I said, it doesn't bother me, like musicals and stuff. I just don't really go out of my way to go see them. Didn't Liam Hemsworth play in the last season of that? He was probably total balls, wasn't he? Like, I don't know how you just replace the lead actor like that. You can't just do a whole face swap with the lead actor, man. I mean, I guess you could, but a lot of times it doesn't really work that good unless they just reintroduce him reintroduce the main character as a completely new character. That's usually when it works better, I think. You got some crap movies as Superman. Yeah. I don't think that any of the actors that were in any of, like, the Snyderverse stuff did a bad job. I think ultimately it all just came down to the material and the direction. I think that if they had gotten good material to work with, they could have done a lot more. I think if they had better direction, I think they could have done a lot more with what they had to work with. But, you know, they weren't given much of anything, so Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and company, they weren't able to turn in the performances that they could have. Like, all the ingredients were there. There was nothing wrong with the cast, nothing wrong with the costumes even. The storytelling was just trash. It's really unfortunate, but that's the way she plays out sometimes. I've got big hopes for the new Superman movie that's James Gunn is making. I think it's going to be a slam dunk. I think it's going to make $1 billion. I think it's going to be one of the biggest DC movies ever done. I think it's going to be a massive success. Because just about everything else that James Gunn touches seems like it does extremely well. Not to mention, Creature Commandos came out on HBO Max and it got rave reviews. Everybody loves it. And I watched it. It was a great show. It was better than it had any right to be for a bunch of characters that half of them I don't think I ever heard of. But it introduced me to some new characters. It told a fun story. It had some really good animation, good acting. It was a hell of a start to the new DCU. But I loved it. See, Dean says I was a big fan of the Ben Affleck as Batman. Prefer him over Bale. Bale had a good director and great villains in his movies. Yeah, I think that's mostly what carried Bale's Batman was the strength of his antagonist. Like, if it wasn't for Joker and The Dark Knight, I don't think that movie would have been anywhere near as strong. Heath Ledger carried the movie. And then you could say the same thing of... Well, Bale carried more of the first movie than anyone else, I think. I think he did most of the work in the first movie. But in the second movie, it was all Heath Ledger. And then the third movie, it was all Tom Hardy. Christian Bale wasn't like the worst Batman, but I don't know. I think that the way they portrayed Batman with Ben Affleck was a little bit closer to, you know, the spirit of the character, I thought. And Ben Affleck did a good job. I have no problem with Ben Affleck as Batman. Again, just comes down to the writing and storytelling. If Ben Affleck got to make his Batman movie, I guarantee you it would have been the best Batman movie you had ever seen. Because Ben Affleck is one of the greatest storytellers in Hollywood, one of the greatest actors. Would have been a slam dunk, I think. Look at Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. Everything he touches does well. See, people give the Suicide Squad grief because it didn't do well at the box office, but it didn't do well at the box office because they released it direct to streaming because of COVID. So it's not really a good comparison, right? But it got big. It was well reviewed. A lot of people watched it. Peacemaker, that came out. That was a great show. Like, undeniably, I was entertained by Peacemaker. Creature Commandos, that was great. Everything he's putting out right now is just quality stuff at DC. I haven't seen one piece of media that he's been attached to at DC and said this is bad. Everything he's touched has been really, really good. So I have a lot of faith that Superman Legacy, I think that's the name of it. I have a lot of faith that that movie is going to be one of the best movies that DC has ever made, and it's probably gonna single-handedly save Warner Brothers Film Division. Maybe not single-handedly, but damned if it isn't gonna lend a massive helping hand. Yeah, I wish that he would have had the opportunity to tell that story, Dean. But at this point, I think it's kind of water under the bridge. I think Ben's just gotten too old. Like, he's 50-something years old now, right? I think he probably just wants to move on with his life and do other things. And who can blame him? Poor guy's got a whole new divorce under his belt. I was really sad to hear about his divorce from Jennifer Lopez. I don't know, I was kind of rooting for them. Sad the way things work out sometimes. I thought they looked so good together, you know? Like, they looked happy. And then, well, you know what happened. I don't have to go over it. It was just sad. Well, I hope... Oh, who am I kidding? Like, he's a great filmmaker. He's gonna be successful regardless. I hope that the Batman movies don't bring him, like, all that much pain or anything. Got ruined by... Odick. Got ruined by the taco flavored kisses. Aw, brother. Jesus Christ. That was good. You know, guys, there's a handful of movies that I'm planning on reviewing soon for like my TikTok videos. I think I got Alien Romulus. I got a review. I've got The Substance. Let's see. I'm gonna watch Venom: The Last Dance. I guess I've got to review that one too. I have to think for a minute and see if there's any. Try to remember if there's any others that I haven't. Well, I saw Poor Things with Emma Stone. I guess I could review that too. You knew that hand wasn't the real J-Lo. You and me both, Odick. Like, as soon as I saw it, I knew something was amiss. I squinted my eyes and I looked at it and I said, I don't know about this. That doesn't look like J-Lo. J-Lo's got a bigger booty. Dude, Craven. Oh, wait, is that movie on like DVD now or something? Or did it come to streaming? Dude, I keep forgetting about Craven and Madam Web. Like, my brain actively doesn't want to talk about those movies, Dean. Dude, Craven. The action is good. The rest is interesting. Watch them all. Try and put the accents on. Oh, no. Do they try to put, like, Russian accents on and they just butcher it? Oh, no. Ah, hell. Alright. You got me. Amy says the action was cool. Odd, man. Is Sony done making like these Spider-Verse movies? I'm dreading what I gotta do now. I gotta like watch Madam Web. I gotta watch Craven. I gotta watch Venom. Guys, guys, I'm not gonna make it. Take a fork at me. I'm cooked. Craven, oh, is Craven that much better than Madam Web? Although Russian accent Russell Crowe is a lot of fun. You know what? Russell Crowe is always a lot of fun. Even when he's like in schlock, he's still like got the juice, man. God bless Russell Crowe. Always turning it up to 11 because he knows exactly what kind of movie he's in. I love that kind of actor. God, now I'm a little excited now. Oh, I don't know. Craven? Oh my! I'm craving some excitement. Is Craven like... What's Craven streaming on anyway? Has it come to streaming or is it like just... Are they working on it? It's more Web is that much... Yeah, I heard that Madam Web is like the worst Sony movie ever. People told me last night that it was worse than Morbius was. And like, I'm trying to figure out here how you make a worse movie than Morbius. Because Morbius legitimately was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was unspeakably, horribly bad. It was so bad that I couldn't sit through it. The only way that movie was even remotely watchable was when like these pirates were streaming it on Twitch, right? And then everyone was just kind of sitting in and making fun of the movie as it was happening. And it was the only way to make it even remotely bearable. People were posting like these memes, they were posting like jokes as the movie was playing, and it made the movie fun then. But all by itself, it sucks. And Madam Web is supposed to be worse than that? Oh no. God. I think my mom tried watching Madam Web and she like... I think she yelled at it. You'll never look at a bear trap the same again after Craven. Is that so? Alright, well, I'll let myself be surprised. See what happens. I'm kind of curious now. Why is that? I've seen some crazy stuff done with bear traps in movies and TV shows. I think on like Justified or something, there was this guy that this gang, they made him stick his leg in a bear trap, and it was brutal. They made him stick his leg in a bear trap to punish him, and it was... Oh, God, I wish I hadn't seen that. But I certainly can't forget it. Yay. Ah. Oh, is that what happens? During one scene, he throws one at some guy's head. Oh god, that is brutal. Jesus Christ. That's probably really metal. Not even the worst use of it. Why is there like so much focus on bear traps? I mean, it's not even the worst use of it. What? There's like more than like a handful of bear. How many bear trap accidents are there? Is this Craven or is it Bear Trap? Bear Trap, the movie. A Craven experience. Bear Trap, you'll grin and bear it. Bear Trap, the claws are out. I can't think of any more, like, bad jokes, guys. You're gonna have to take the ball from me and run with it. I have faith in all of you. Well, soulmates. I think that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine from Deadpool Wolverine is a wonderful Marvel legend. It's one of the best MCU action figures I've ever had the pleasure of handling. I think I can wholeheartedly recommend this one, and compared to some other MCU action figures I've handled in the past, I think this is a step up in quality. I feel like this is like just proof that Hasbro has been upping their game with their releases, and that's exactly what I want to see. I like seeing high quality products at reasonable prices, and at 25 smackaroos for this, if you can still get your hands on it, I think it's worth it, guys. Great release. Excuse me, great release. Only mild complaint, criticism, I think, would be like having the sleeveless arms in the package. Would have been a cool feature. But, like, if that's the only complaint that we have is maybe, like, a missing accessory or something, I think we're doing okay. The rest of him is just so good. But, you know, for all the people who are watching after the fact, by all means, let me know what you think of this action figure. If you have some good experiences with MCU action figures, go ahead and let us know about him, guys. Does he come with his cowl? He absolutely comes with his cowl. Here, I'll show it to you right now, Dean. It's not that big of a deal. We'll take off Hugh Jackman's head and pop this on. That's what he comes with. That's what he looks like. There. That's the Jackman cowl head. Badass, doesn't it? Hell yeah, it does. Sick action figure this is. Alright, there it is. That's what it looks like with the head on. And this is just as detailed as the rest of his body. A lot of line work, a lot of that fabric texture that we come to love from MCU action figures. It's a little bit harder to see like some of the textures and stuff on the action figure, but like they're there. You can kind of see them. You can kind of see them on the blue. It's a little bit harder to see them on the yellow because of like all the light sources and everything. But it's definitely there. Yeah, they give you both heads. They don't make you buy a whole nother action figure or anything. But just FYI on this one, like these clawless hands, the set of extra hands, and the Hugh Jackman head are the only accessories that are included with him. So fair warning on that. But I think to make up for the lack of accessories, they put a load of detail and it's a very good engineered action figure, I think. Maybe the biggest complaint I have about him is that the shoulder pads do hinder his movement like a little bit when he's like moving his arms, but it's not that noticeable. He still can get around really well. Unfortunately, the shoulder pads don't really move like they do on like the comic book Wolverine, because you know that one, like the shoulder pads on that, like they have a hinge. These don't have a hinge. Odic says, I wish I collected more action figures. Never really got back into them. Now you spend your money on video games, aquariums, guitars, and car parts. Well, you know, you gotta spend your money on what makes you happy, Odic. If those make you happy, then what's the BFD, right? I'll also say this, if you ever want to buy an action figure, there's tons of stuff out there for you. There's tons of stuff out there that you might be interested in. Like, right now, if I had to buy a video game, I'd probably buy, I don't know, I would recommend buying Black Myth Wukong, to be honest. Black Myth Wukong. That game is awesome, guys. That game is so good. Jesus Christ, it's awesome. I love that game. It's really hard, but God, it's been so fun to play. But, you know, I like guitars too. I just don't know if I want to make like a whole YouTube channel about guitars or anything. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit hesitant because I don't know if I need to turn everything that I do into like into a YouTube channel. Glad standard price. That's a $100 action figure with Spider-Man. Dean. I still, you know, I remember, I mentioned this last night when we were talking about Spider-Man stuff, but yeah, they actually made the PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 action figure a $35 release, despite it having, you know, a normal number of accessories. It was a repaint of a previously released Spider-Man body, had nothing new about it really, other than a paint job. It's literally just a bunch of accessories and repainted stuff, 35 smackaroos. It was one of the most egregious Marvel Legends releases I've ever seen, and one of the most disgusting examples of a Spider-Man tax I've ever seen in toys. Very, very obvious. And then, like, there's been a bunch of other figures where they've tacked down a couple extra dollars every time Spider-Man has been on the box. They kind of stopped doing that for the most part. I haven't noticed it recently, but it did happen. Alright, Obdix says, I'll be looking after I finish Mario 3D All-Stars and Tomb Raider Remake. I mean remastered? Or like the remastered Tomb Raider, or you mean like the Tomb Raider reboot? I kind of wanted to play the Tomb Raider reboot again. I don't know. Oh, the remasters. Okay. How good are they, Odick? Like, are they a substantial improvement over the original Tomb Raiders? Mario 3D All-Stars, I have that one. The only game I've really like played and beaten out of that collection has been Super Mario 64. First time I ever played Mario 64, and I got all 120 stars. That was, I don't know. That was really hard. I was not prepared for, like, how hard Mario 64 was going to be. Camera was a little bit of an issue during that one, but I still got through it, and I got all the stars. Felt pretty good about it. I can kind of forgive the game for being a little janky here and there, right? It was, like, the first legit 3D platformer. Well, it was one of the first good 3D platformers, right? Odick likes the graphics upgrade on Tomb Raider, currently on Mario Galaxy. Just finished Sunshine. I played through a great deal of Sunshine. Yeah, I played through a lot of Sunshine. I haven't played much of Mario Galaxy. How have I gotten along and never played Mario Galaxy? I have no idea. Yeah, maybe I'll fix that one of these days, right? Maybe I'll fix that one of these days. Those soulmates. I suppose, whoops. Oh, no. Dropped one of my hands. No worries, I got it. See, this is like one of the things about having these extra hands in the package. Like, sometimes you don't mean to lose these things, and then sometimes you do anyway. Gotta watch out for that, guys. Here, I'm just gonna put them right here where they're safe for right now. I hate when I lose a hand. I know, I need a hand. Instead, I just lost one. I believe that tomorrow we're probably going to review the Deadpool action figure, guys. And I have that one lying and waiting. I hope it's as good as this one's going to be. If we don't talk about that one tomorrow, we'll probably talk about it the next day. I'll have to see how I feel about it later tonight when I'm making some plans for tomorrow. Well, you know how it is. Sometimes you just want to mix it up. Maybe you don't want to do 2 reviews in a day or 2 reviews in a row. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to have a little bit more variety. But if I feel like it's the right thing to do, we'll go ahead and do it. And then, or if not, you know, we'll just review Deadpool in a couple of days from now. I'm sure Deadpool will be a pretty cool action figure. I mean, I think a lot of people have been talking these action figures up from MCU. I saw a lot of people saying very positive things about them, and now I see why. I think I saw one guy on social media who called this Wolverine action figure, like Figure of the Year, or Marvel Legend of the Year. Something like that. And I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit and said, oh, okay, okay, buddy, sure, whatever. I mean, you know, sometimes you hear people say things that sound a little bit lofty, and then you think, okay, you sound like you're a little bit full of it. To be fair, that happens to me a lot too. Sometimes I say things, and people probably think I'm full of it. Well deserved. But no, God, he might have a point. Guy might have had a point. This is a pretty slick action figure. Well, soulmates, I think that about concludes this review of Wolverine from Marvel Legends, Deadpool and Wolverine. I hope that you've all had fun here chatting about this one, and, you know, some other stuff too. It's always good to have you guys here hanging out with me, and I always enjoy seeing you guys. We'll be back here tomorrow, everybody. And we'll be talking about something new and different, of course. But feel free to check out this video and my other videos in the meantime, everybody. Thanks for those likes. I'll catch you guys real soon. I'll see you, Dean. I'll be on TikTok in a little bit. If anyone wants to hang out there, we'll be there for about 3.5 hours, ballpark. I just need to use the bathroom, make some coffee, and then I'll get started on TikTok very shortly. I'll see you in a few, guys. Till next time. Bye, everybody.